Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe on YouTube, and make sure you follow us on Twitch. We're back for war number 9. And just a quick disclaimer, so this is 2 wars, not in a row, but out of the 3 where I just didn't perform well. On our first node, we had Isophyne versus Deathless Thanos, and this fight went A-OK on the hazard shift. Isophyne has the double immunity, so what we want to do is just keep Thanos at an SP1, and that's it. We just want to keep him at an SP1. I don't really know how to use Isophyne. I've never used her before, so I think I want to get up her energy vulnerabilities, and then try and hit Deathless Thanos with an SP2. Somehow I get hit right there, and I'm not sure what happened, but I am going to try and keep him at an SP1 because that's my plan. I find that it's the easiest way to fight Deathless Thanos in war is just to keep him at an SP1. So we're going to throw another SP1. We're going to try to get our energy damage back up here, and then we're going to try to hit him with an SP2. And we do connect, but his protection goes up, so we don't get everything out of it that I thought we were going to get. So back to the same thing. We're going to throw an SP1, get up our energy vulnerabilities once again. And then we're going to try and get back to our SP2, and we're going to try to hit him with the SP2 here. We hit him with a relic. We're going to back off and let him throw that SP1, and then we still got our energy vulnerability, so we got 3 of them. We hit him with an SP2, we get a 36, we get a 36, and then we get a 48. There wasn't any crits in there, which I don't know what that's about, but we're going to keep him at an SP1. We got 1 energy vulnerability on him. We're going to bait out another SP1 real quick. So we'll dex that. And then we're going to hit him with our SP1 here in a second while we bait out his. Okay. Let's get 1 more SP1. Alrighty. And now we hit him with an SP2, actually, not an SP1. We get 25, we get 25, then we get a 72k crit. That's what I thought was going to happen the first time, was we were going to get a nice little crit. But we didn't. We got him down to 13%. We're going to hit him with another SP2, 54k, 25k, 98. We did good. We're all straight there. Alright, and so now we have Deathless Thanos on Zola. I didn't realize that this node was the one that you can't stun him. He's stun immune. Stun reflection is what it's called. And I mess up the fight like right from the beginning. And I mess up the fight a couple times. I actually almost win this fight. So I do die on this node 49 here. I don't know, man. I guess my brain just wasn't braining. And I just wasn't thinking. This is like one of the few times where I took my fights early in the morning, because I actually had somebody in front of me who didn't get in until like super late. So I was just trying to rush through this fight before work, which is probably not the best thing to do in war. And so he gets me with that. And then I finally figure out, okay, if he throws into my unblockable, then I can start taking off those like Wi-Fi looking things over there. I don't know what they're called. So I start getting me a little strategy together that I should have had earlier in the fight. And so finally I start making maybe a little bit of progress on this fight. We're going to bait out his SP2. We're unstoppable, so we're going to hit him with that. Hit him with our SP1 here. So this is not going good. So I finally take off some of his Wi-Fi stuff. It is just, this fight, I just know it's not going to end up the way I wanted to end up. Even though I think, okay, I'm about to make a comeback. I'm not finna die here. Like, I'm about to make a comeback. And I start to make a little bit of a comeback, and I start to do a little bit of damage, and it just doesn't go the way I want it to. But I've got my pattern down with this fight. And I guess I've also never done this fight before. So that's another thing that, you know, I have to keep in mind is I haven't played high tier wars in a long time. Meaning I've been in P5, P6 for so long that my skill level with war is just not as great as it used to be when I was in Masters with the Matrix. So, you know, it's been a long time. So like I said, I'm thinking I'm about to make a comeback. Like, he's melting, literally. But I got him at his SB2, and he's going to eat me alive. Like, these degens are just killing me. And then finally, I put some degens on him. I get my unstoppable back. So I'm just trying to bait him into throwing this SB1, and he just won't. Like, the AI just doesn't. And then I heavy him down to take away some of those wildfire things. I hit him with an SB1. I don't want to push him to an SB2, but I don't really have a choice. And then he heavies me in the corner, and I'm dead. And like, bro, it was just a frustrating fight overall. So I heal up, go back in for round 2, and I'm going to end up killing him here. And that's going to be the end of that fight. But even then, like, he was still like, this AI just wasn't, like, he was super fucking aggressive. Like, way more than what any AI is. So I throw my SB1. Our goal here is to get to our unstoppable, and then let him run into our unstoppable, and then just kind of heavy him out. That should have been our plan from the first fight. But again, not doing the fight, or not knowing or remembering that this was the type of fight it was, where you can't stun him with Deathless Thanos. So now we have a boss fight where I've done this fight about 1,000 freaking times, and I'm like, okay, play it safe, right? And this is an easy solo. And immediately I get hit and lose my 3 indestructibles. And it's just like, come on, bro. So I give him a heavy. I bait out his SB1. And I'm just going through the fight how I would normally go through it. I want to get those things off of me. I parry him, but I forgot he's in an immune state, so I couldn't heavy him. And then finally, I throw an SB1, thinking I'm at an SB2. I'm not fucking at an SB2 now. And this fight is just off to a rocky start. If you guys follow my channel, I did this fight on War number 2 and War number 4 and War number 6 and soloed all of them. And now I'm back and I'm getting my ass kicked. And he's not, we're already a minute and something down. He's only lost 7% of his health. And we haven't done any damage to him. Literally 8% of his health. And it's like, bro, what is happening? And he ends up in the stun phase again. I get those things off of me again so I don't lose my health. But now we're a minute and a half in, and he's still in the 80th percentile in health. We finally end up in elimination mode, so now we're going to start to do a little bit of damage. And the AI just trips out. He just starts standing there. He doesn't do anything now that I'm in elimination mode, which is fucking crazy. So luckily we're still in elimination mode. We drop him into another SB1, and okay, cool. I'm like, all right, we're getting somewhere. And then nope, we're fucking not getting anywhere. So I'm like, man, I have to speed up this fight. Like, he's at 70%. We're at 2.5 minutes. And I'm about to lose my elimination mode, and he's not even halfway down. So in my brain, I'm like, okay, we're about to run out of time. Like, this fight is going to be a timeout. This fight is really about to be a timeout. And I'm like, bro, we can't go down to a timeout. And so finally I start getting like super aggressive and just kind of attacking, trying to get him down, because I'm watching the timer and I'm like, bro, this is not it. Like, what the f is going on? So I'm like, okay, cool. He throws his SB1. I can't, it's really hard for me to fight in reverse control immune. I think that's half the problem with probably why I timed out, is that reverse control immune. But every time I did this fight, I never went to an SB2 with it. I never let him go to an SB2, and I did fine. I didn't even run out of time. So we got his bleed vulnerabilities back up. We let him throw an SB1. All right, he comes out of that stun immune phase where we can hit him. We're trying to get back to elimination mode so we can end the fight. And we end up getting back to elimination mode. But I realized we're at a minute 30. I'm going to have to push this guy to an SB2. and he's not throwing his SB1. As you guys can see, I baited out a couple times. He hits into my block and knocks down some of my elimination mode hits. And we're like, okay, minute 17, he's got 22 left, but we push him to an SB2. All right, cool. We can't push him to an SB3, but maybe I should have pushed him to an SB3 because I was in elimination mode. So maybe I should have. And I don't. And now we're at 1 minute. I start to panic. I get hit. Okay, elimination mode saves me. There we go. All right, so now we're gonna try and get some of these things off, but I still end up with more of them. And even though I don't die, we're at 45 seconds. This guy's at 11%, and we got 40 seconds to take it down. But his shield's gonna come back up. So his shield ends up coming back up right here, as you guys can see. Right, I take his shield down, and I'm like, okay, we're panicking now. We're down to 29 seconds. We push him back to an SB2 again. So now we're back trying to fight in reverse control, and then he's backing up and he's just staying in that little square. So we get our elimination mode, but it's only 14 seconds left, and he won't throw anything. He's just standing in that fucking square. Again, I don't get to my relic in time. He throws an SB1. We're at 5 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and the fight times out. Times the fuck out. Like, come on, bro. You gotta be kidding me with this AI. Just standing there and not attacking me at all. So we go back in. We're gonna hit him a couple times. We don't even heal because I'm so frustrated with this game at this point that I'm just like, whatever, man. I'm not even gonna heal. This should be over fairly quickly. We're just gonna let him throw one of those SB1s and we're gonna end this fucking fight. Because this is some BS. And that's how I felt about it, man. AI just did not cooperate with me, and I don't know, just didn't work. But listen, I'll catch you guys in the next video. I appreciate you guys rocking with me. All right, peace.